Last time on Improv Tabletop. Having just finished taping an episode of The Chocolatchelor, our three heroes went in a couple different directions. Rizzy went back to his trailer, while Lady Cheddarscotch and Little Debbie decided that they were going to go off down a second separate hallway full of rainbow lights and candies, and made it to the pot of gold door at the end of the rainbow, which Lady Cheddarscotch had tried so many times to get through, but wasn't able to make it until they received some aid from a strange Oompa Loompa who called himself Hoompa Loompa. He gave them a key that allowed them to get into this room, in which was contained on a single large pedestal lit from above a gigantic egg, looking as if it had glowing magma streaming down it. And Little Debbie reached into the annals of history and gained knowledge of what this egg was by seeing in an ancient time the beast of Cadbury battling against the Demogorgon and sending it down into the pit that currently resides beneath Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. And this egg, the Cadbury egg, was the reincarnation of that very same beast. How did it get there? They don't know, but they knew that it was going to help them out in their quest to save the Oompa Loompas. They almost got the door closed on them when Hoompa Loompa turned on them. They still don't know exactly what his motives or intentions are, but they decided to open the egg to hatch it, and Lady Cheddarscotch took on the role of the mother of the Beast of Cadbury, and they began bringing it back to the central room, while Rizzy tried to find his son, Dewey. Gosh dang it, Dewey, where are ya? He located a part of the terrain that had been peeled away subtly, and after a narrow escape with Joe the announcer almost finding him, he peeled it even further away and found a labyrinthine maze of tunnels leading through the walls, the interior structures of the workshop, until he eventually found a door, and he definitely told them the correct password, and they let him in so that he could find his son Dewey, who they had begun to revere as a leader of sorts because they believed that his son was going to fulfill a prophecy in which a child and a child were supposed to come together to aid in the salvation of the Oompa Loompas. So we now have Lady Cheddarscotch and Little Debbie and the Beast of Cadbury coming down one hallway back towards the center, and from another hallway, Rizzy, his son Dewey, and a whole bunch of Oompa Loompas who are part of a resistance. And as we are about to collide in the center, these two groups coming back together, what's going to happen next? Let's find out here in the world of the Chocolatchelor. What's shaking, everybody? You're listening to Improv Tabletop, the Fate RPG actual play where we make up everything on the spot. I'm Ned Wilcock, your host and GM, and today I'm joined by
Heather, playing Lady Cheddarscotch.
Jay Porter, and I'm so excited for this thrilling conclusion. I should have got some popcorn.
Michael Sear, powered by Costco chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah, gotta get some of that nice sugar in the system, because it's, almost 1 a.m. where you are as we're recording this?
It is 1 a.m. over here, and I'm feeling it, baby.
Yep, pulling back the curtain a little bit on the status in which we record these episodes.
If I stand up, you know what's happening.
So, we are going to start with, I'm going to roll to see which of these two crews we're going to start with. We're going to pick up with Rizzy and his group of Oompa Loompa rebels. So, as you are leading them through the hallways, Dewey the entire time is mumbling about how sad he is that he's not going to get 2 Christmases. You start getting close to the end of the tunnel when you hear a voice saying, "Well, I'm pretty sure I followed his tracks here, but then they all just disappeared. It's got to be somewhere close to here, right? It's got to be somewhere nearby."
Oh no, it's that the second in command, what's his name, Joe, something like that. Oh gosh, everybody hide. We don't want to get caught by this guy. We got to get out of here.
Yeah, all of the Oompa Loompas start scattering into the scaffolding in among the grates and the girders and whatnot that make up the interiors of the walls of the factory. And Dewey looks up at you and says, "But Dad, I thought you was big and strong and you was gonna handle anything."
Son, there's something you need to learn about being big and strong. Sometimes it's just better to hide. Big and strong, yeah, sure, your old man could take him, but I mean, what's that gonna prove? sometimes fights can be solved without violence. You just remember that.
Oh, is that what you tell yourself to justify how much of a pushover you are in all of your interactions with Mum?
Where'd you learn that kind of language? I've been talking to your mum too long.
Well, I've been talking to Mum more than I've been talking to you. You've been such an absent parent in my life up to this point.
All right, me and your mom are doing fine, and but sometime I need to ask you about that tennis instructor. Make sure there's nothing weird going on there.
Oh, there's something weird going on with the tennis instructor. I can tell you that right now. But Dad, that's not going to solve the fact that there's a big cigarette-smoking man outside there, and we need to make our way in. What you gonna do about it?
What am I gonna do about it? Just get down. And I like push him down into the bushes.
Well, if you're not gonna do something about it, I'm gonna do something about it. Because I'm the hero of prophecy, according to these here Oompa Loompas.
Hero of prophecy.
He stands up tall and starts marching very confidently towards the entrance to the secret hallway.
What? Chewie, get back here.
He turns back towards you and he starts like moonwalking his way towards the entrance and he's looking you directly in the eyes with a smirk on his face as he gets closer and closer.
Ah, dang it, I taught him those moves. Can't moonwalk way fast enough.
And he reaches the entrance and he begins to push it aside ever so slightly, and you can see through the opening as it kind of peels upward, two very large and very expensive looking loafers pointing away from the entrance. And you see a bunch of ash fall to the ground in between them, and you hear Joe say, "He's got to be around here someplace. I can feel it in my ankles."
I'm trying to get him back, so I'm gonna, try to see if I can. I guess I want to roll for quick or something, see if I can get to him before he gets to Joe.
All right, roll to overcome with quick, and I'm going to roll for Dewey with quick to see if he can get out of your grasp.
I got a flat 0.
Oh, Dewey got a 3.
All right. Well, I'm gonna just let that story move forward then.
Yeah. So I think you go rushing forward to grab your son, and he, as you reach out, leaps up, put his hands on top of your head, and vaults himself over the top of you, and puts you into a roll, and you go spinning, tumbling, head over heels out through the entrance, directly into the back of Joe the announcer's knees, and you take him down like a sack of potatoes, and you are all just entangled around his legs, and he's starting to whoop and holler, "Oh, I knew it was somewhere around here! Oh man, this is bad! I gotta pull out my knuckle dusters for this," and you hear him crack his knuckles. And you got a very angry, very large man whose legs you are entangled in. What would you like to do?
I guess I keep tangling him. Try to see if I can keep him pinned. Yeah,
let's have you roll to overcome with careful. And Joe is just going to roll with forceful to try and bust himself free.
That's I'm going to invoke. I'm going to say the dingo ate my baby. And I'm going to have a little bit of a change of heart, because now I'm seeing I've been too harsh on my son. Maybe the reason he ran away from me is because I've been so controlling and not letting him do his thing. And he's started a revolution here, and that he's got an army of followers. Maybe I should believe in him more. And I'm going to say, Dewey, maybe you are the child of prophecy. You might have been an accident with us, but you are prophesied to this poor kid. To do good things, Call your army. I'll hold him off. And I'm gonna re-roll. Oh, the fates are kind. +4.
Right. Well, Joe the announcer got a flat 0.
Yay!
So yeah, you have thoroughly pinned this guy to the ground. It's like, think Gulliver's Travels when he arrives on the island of the Lilliputians, and they've just like thrown ropes all over his limbs and staked them down to the ground to hold him in place. Except in Gulliver's Travels, he was like, "What are you guys doing?" and just pulled himself up. No, not this time. Not this time. You got this guy so pinned down to the ground. He is struggling against you, and he looks off to the side around the corner of his trailer, and you see who he was talking to. He's like, "Well, don't just stand there. Get the big man." And you look up, and you see Nerdy Nugget and Trader Snack and Shiitakio all looking down in shock at you, and they turn, and they start rushing in the direction of Willy Wonka's chambers. But before they fully manage to get away, Jay, shocking mid-season reveal.
shocking mid-season reveal. All the Oompa Loompas come out, fists a-blazing, and they go chasing them. And then also, mid-season reveal, Willy Wonka is tied up and carried in by the Oompa Loompas.
Ooh, okay. Having been emboldened by their new youthful leader, part of the resistance has already been on the mission to capture Willy Wonka. So Shiitakio, Trader Snack, Nerdy Nugget, they're rushing across the grass, the candy grass that you can eat, trying to get to the door, and it opens before they can reach it, and outwards pours an entire squadron of rebel Oompa Loompas with Willy Wonka on their shoulders, and they're doing kind of like, think of the meme of the funeral procession where they're all just like dancing and the coffin's bobbing up and down. That's kind of the energy we've got going on here. And your three rivals skid to a halt and look up in horror as they see that the person whose love they're trying to capture has been compromised. And this also is the scene upon which Lady Cheddarscotch and Little Debbie arrive. You come to the end of the hallway, and you arrive just in time to see the doors to Wonka's chambers flung wide open, and he is being brought out on this procession of Oompa Loompas. What would the two of you like to do at this moment?
Where's Charlie during all this?
Charlie. Oh, Charlie, like the Chocolate Factory kid.
Yeah.
You know what? We can... I don't think he originally was part of this story, but we can make him be part of this story now. He is also tied up with Willy Wonka as the accomplice of Willy Wonka. They're like, we can't let this guy grow up to become the same degree of sorcerer and warlock that Willy Wonka is. We have to nip this kid in the bud, as it were. So they're both tied up and being brought out.
I am going to see him and kind of getting the vibe that I just have a lot of pieces here, but it now seems like he is on the side of the evil that Little Debbie spoke about. And Lady Cheddarscotch is just gonna like look into his eyes and be like, at the finale, we were supposed to promise ourselves to you as candy and give some sort of token to you that we were ready to help you in your factory. I rescind that, but this is what I'm going to do. And she's going to go over to the grate, holding Minnie and dragging Little Debbie with her. And she's going to try to start prying open the gate and set Minnie down by that grate in the floor where people were disappearing. Because we're back in that room, right?
Yeah.
Okay. The grate to the Demogorgon.
Yeah, go ahead and roll to overcome with forceful to try and open the mechanism.
Can I aid? Can I help?
You can. By foregoing your action, you can give, I believe, a +1 to the result.
Great.
Let me check just to make sure. Yep, you get a +1 for each ally that helps you by giving up their action and describing how they help.
Oh boy.
How do you help me?
I'm Little Debbie, and you're opening a grate. I'm going to place my hands on your back, and what you think will be a powerful magical moment ends up just being in a back tickle. You got this. I believe in you. We got this. It's for Minnie. Think of Minnie.
You got my ugly laugh out. That puts us as a forceful 4.
Forceful 4, yeah. You start pulling on the mechanisms, and you can hear the grinding and straining of gears built into the floor on either side. But you draw upon the brawny heritage of your people and push even harder. Got the fire in your blood from all that whiskey you've been drinking, and you're able to push it, and you hear a snap happen in the floor as one of those mechanisms breaks, and the grate goes sliding open to the side, hits into the far end, kind of slides back out a little bit, but it's completely just loose in its fitting now, and a roar begins to rumble up from far, far below.
All right, Debbie, the next part is up to you.
Demogorgon, I present to you several sacrifices.
Several.
Bachelorette number 1, Willy Wonka. Bachelorette number 2, Charlie. Or Bachelorette number 3, a tasty bunny. Innocent bunny.
And I'm like, Bachelorette number 4, take this guy. I can't hold him down much longer.
Yes, Joe Leahy, the announcer.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
Yes, you appeal to the sensibilities of the beast far, far below, and you hear the rumbling getting louder, and you peer down into the darkness, and you can see the slightest bit of movement until you eventually can make out the form of a large tentacle arm whipping up towards the surface, wraps itself around the grate and begins pulling, and you can see a pair of demonic baboon-like faces gnashing their teeth as it rises up from the depths, pulling itself to the surface, and it looks around and says, my, which one? Which one must I choose?
What have I done?
You brought it back to a dating show. That's what you did.
I'm not sure we really want to feed it, Debbie.
No, I'm just...
I've got a terrible thirst for lovin' after all of these many ages, far down below the surface. Now tell me, contestants, which of you is going to finally satiate the hunger that has been burning within my gullet for millennia?
Well, I suppose there's a few questions. Do you like smokers?
I'm going to roll for the Demogorgon to see if it likes smokers. I think there's a certain appeal to the bad boy look. Mm-hmm. I know that it's bad for you, but it just looks so cool.
Oh, good to know. And do you like impoverished children?
I'm going to roll.
They taste better when they have no hopes and dreams.
Guys, save me. I don't know what I'm doing. Save me.
Oh, dear me, no. If someone can't pull themselves up by their own bootstraps, then they don't have enough verve to compete with my affections.
Ooh.
What do you think of out-of-the-box thinkers?
Going to roll. Well, I'm so very happy to be out of containment if you, with your own mind, can also elude containment. I think that is just one of the most attractive qualities you can find in somebody.
That sounds like Willie to me.
I think we have a winner.
And the Demogorgon peers with both heads coming in from opposite sides on long serpentine necks, peering at Willy Wonka as he is bound, tied up, gagged, just thrashing back and forth, muffled shouts coming from his mouth. Well, this one certainly is a prize, isn't he? Look at all of that magic coursing through his veins. That would be mighty tasty if it were added to my own immense power. Don't you think so?
While she is doing that and is distracted, I'm gonna come up with Minnie, and I'm gonna come behind Minnie and motion for anyone, the Oompa Loompas, Rizzy, Debbie, to follow me, and hopefully Dewey. I don't know about him yet, but I'm just motioning for anyone, and I am setting Minnie in front of me, and I am saying, Minnie, we are here for your cause. Go for it.
Oh, this is really intimidating, though. That's a big, giant beast. How am I supposed to handle this on my own? Well, you're not gonna have to handle it on your own. When a child joins with a child, their powers combined shall defeat the terrible beast in it.
Oh!
Damn!
Prophecy.
The prophecy.
And I'm like, that's my boy.
Yes, Dewey leaps onto the back of Minnie and goes, hi, how away! And Minnie takes one gigantic bounding leap up through the air, arcing towards the Demogorgon.
Cheddarscotch looks at Debbie and goes, you did see the future. You saw the child.
Oh, the child. Oh,
Now, Heather, pure imagination means I control the narrative for 10 seconds. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
You got this.
Go.
Minnie jumps into the air and does a swirl around the Demogorgon. It's like this huge toss of the Demogorgon to where the tentacles wrap all around her, and it ties it up in a bow, and somehow...
All right, and that's the end of your 10 seconds.
Dang it!
It's so hard.
It is hard.
All right, so... Yes, flying through the air, tangled up in the necks. They start wrapping around each other like, does anybody remember Twistables by any chance?
I do not.
I do, actually, I think.
Okay, yes. It was sort of an attempt to make something to stand alongside, fruit roll-ups, fruit by the foot, gushers.
And wasn't it strings and stuff, or?
Oh, yes.
It was kind of along the lines of a Twizzlers pull and peel, except you couldn't actually pull them apart, I don't think.
It's like a fruit snack type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember as a 90s kid, I remember those, yeah.
Yeah, they had a bunch of really weird commercials about a drill sergeant at a boot camp.
Yes.
And they were all claymation. So yeah, the two necks twisting up against each other, And the two heads, as they are propelling outward with all of the force of this momentum, until finally the necks reach their ends and the two heads bonk against each other with a phenomenal cracking thunk noise. And the two heads fall to the ground unconscious. And you can see like the little birds flying around their heads as the beast has been sedated for the time being. And Minnie looks back at you, Lady Cheddarscotch, and says, "Mom, did you see what I did?"
You did great, honey! You did great! And she just has a camera seemingly out of nowhere taking pictures of her boy's first triumph.
And Dewey on Minnie's back is like, "Oh, how wonderful it would be to have the approval and excitement of a parent."
I just yell and be like, Dewey, I'm proud of you as your dad. You may not have been planned, but I guess there was a plan for you.
"I'm the hero of the prophecy!" And he's just so excited. He leaps off of the Beast of Cadbury's back and starts just like pummeling his fist against the unconscious head of the Demogorgon. And you notice Willy Wonka, in all of the commotion, has like separated himself from the Oompa Loompas and is like an inchworm on his chest, like scooching his knees upward so his butt's up in the air, and then scooching his chest out forward and just doing that over and over again, trying to escape. And Rizzy, you're the only one who notices amongst all of the commotion.
I walk over to him and I just put my feet and I just kind of push him down and be like, I'd stay still if I were you.
And he looks up at you and like shakes his head back and forth like,
I believe that my boy deserves a whole year's of chocolate, don't you think? I thought so too. And then I turn to Charlie and I say, you probably don't. You seem like a good kid. You seem like you got a good head on your shoulders. You probably got some other talents elsewhere, like maybe veterinarian or something. Maybe you should follow that as a career, which, fun fact, is what the actor actually did after he grew up. He became a veterinarian.
Oh, cool.
Charlie's all like, "Well, there's a terrible amount of responsibility that's been placed upon my shoulders as the heir apparent to Mr. Wonka here, using magics to try and keep the darkness at bay. Mr. Wonka here, he's a complicated man, which is a polite way of saying that he's not a great man, but he's trying."
Yeah, but maybe building this whole cathedral of chocolate on top of what I'm assuming is like a ancient burial ground for like, I don't know, there's a lot of weird things that happen here. So maybe I think that this place probably needs to shut down or at least have new management.
If I'm being completely honest, I didn't know what I was really signing up for when I came in here with that golden ticket. There's so much eldritch responsibility that's being placed upon me. If we could shut this place down and maybe just seal it eternally, that would be great. But the dark powers suck us in. How are we going to escape?
If I had an answer for how dark powers keep sucking me in, I probably wouldn't be married. You don't know half of it, kid.
No, but okay. Now, obviously, you have a lot of marital issues that I'm not going to try and dig into. But I mean, genuinely, like, how are we going to escape from this place when the Demogorgon's influence doesn't want us to leave?
I turn to my boy and be like, well, child of prophecy, how are we getting out of here?
Dewey is up there just like pummeling so hard against the faces of the Demogorgon that it wakes back up. And I'm going to spend one of my fate points to make something crazy happen in the narrative here. That is one of the things, I don't think we've ever like officially mentioned that you can do this, but one of the things that you can do with your fate points is to offer to declare a narrative beat, spend a fate point, say that something happens, and then at the prerogative of the GM, you might be approved to let that happen. Ooh. So all these years later, still so many rules that we're still discovering about this game. So
I'm gonna use so many fate points. You just watch out whatever you're gonna do right now.
Yeah, well, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna declare a plot beat that the Demogorgon wakes back up and one of the heads snaps forward and grabs Dewey in between a couple of the licorice strands And the other head says, well, Mr. Wonka didn't seem to work out, but this hero of prophecy seems like just the match for me. And starts to descend back down into the pit.
Ah, my boy!
Lady Cheddarscotch, becoming a new mother herself, is having these mother bear instincts, even though it's not her child. And she is now like the world poster child for new mom who shouldn't be a mom. But she's doing her best, and she just like feels so melted inside. And she's like, well, we were told that there would be a choice on the Chocolatchelor, and I guess I'm going to make it. And she's going to jump down in between them and melt herself and put both of like her cheesiness in to feed each head and give her heartburn. And sacrifice herself to defeat the Demogorgon.
Wow.
Take that.
Take that, yeah. I mean, yeah, if you want to just completely sacrifice your character to go out in a big old blaze of glory, I think we could. I mean, you've got 3 fate points left.
I will do it.
All right.
If I need to, I'll become Shiitakeo later. I don't know.
All right, yeah.
Here we go.
Lady Cheddarscotch, in a final moment of maternal rage and desire to protect the child, I suppose we probably should have you make a roll. I mean,
It's flashy, forceful.
this does seem like a pretty flashy move to me,
Okay.
based on how you described it. But holy cow, we're going to give you, I think, +6 for spending all of those fate points to make this happen.
I have a stunt that can help.
Ooh, like what?
I can make anything edible.
Oh, I love it.
You're already very edible, but I was thinking maybe you're like clothes or something, your hair, I don't know.
Love that.
So I'm just aiding in the edibility of it.
And then I want to aid with the dingo ate your baby. I don't know. It just feels fitting.
Oh yeah.
I love that.
Yes. Heather, what's your role looking like?
So I have flashy, which is 3, and then they're each helping me, which is 2, but I rolled a -2, so that's a 1. I actually, for one of it, instead of getting those +2, I want to re-roll because I think I could get better
Okay.
by my tantalizing aroma. And that's 3+ on the die.
Okay.
So that's now 3, 6 plus those 2 is 8, plus my 2 plus my 4, so that's 12, right? Am I doing that math right?
Yeah. That's good math.
12!
That's powerful math.
2 Christmases.
2 Christmas dinners for the Demogorgon.
Oh my goodness.
I'm going to roll for the Demogorgon to see how well. Okay, yeah, that's a +5 that the Demogorgon gets to try and resist.
Oh, dang.
So 7 points of stress to the Demogorgon in 1 hit. Holy cow.
Yes, good job, team.
Yeah, you can see as Lady Cheddarscotch in this final act of valor and bravery sets flame to the insides of the Demogorgon. You can see now the light burning, glowing from inside the gullets of each of the heads of the Demogorgon, and shrieks in pain, sending Dewey high up into the sky, flipping end over end right up above the pit leading downward.
So, okay, so the Demogorgon's gone, or is he still there?
Demogorgon is still there, but very distracted. Dewey is spinning through the air, and Willy Wonka and Charlie are just kind of watching as if they were watching a train wreck.
I want to use a fate point with my aspect. There's no earthly way of knowing to change the narrative a little bit.
All right. How would you propose to do that?
I want Dewey to latch onto something into the sky. Notice in the corner of his eye that machine in the movie that turns the boy into the TV screen. And I want him to go and shoot it at the Demogorgon and put him onto the TV.
Okay.
Gonna turn him into a video game.
That does sound kind of flashy to me, I would say.
All right. That's a 2. And I'll use my last fate point. Pull and peel. I'm going to turn into one big rope to help him get there in time and to aim the gun to the right spot.
All right, so that brings it up to 4. I'll roll for the Demogorgon with Clever to see how well it notices. That's only a +3. to notice this tactic. Again, it is very distracted by the burning happening inside. So as you are declaring this plot beat with the spending of this fate point, what do you think is the result of this shooting with the particle gun thing?
I mean, I think he gets it, and he's weak enough that it's like capturing a Pokemon, right? You just have to weaken him enough, and then he just gets captured. And so he's weakened enough that he's going to turn into the particles, shoot across the sky, and then go and end up in the TV really small, so that we can pick him up and be like, put him in a... And so I guess from that point, I want an Oompa Loompa to pick him up and just put him in a little cup or something.
Yeah, you've got this tiny little Demogorgon like banging its tentacles up against the glass, trying to break out. And with its power so greatly diminished, you hear more rumbling coming from down in that pit, but it is not the rumbling of the Demogorgon itself. You can feel the ground beginning to shake beneath you, and you hear the whining of metal bending and straining in the walls and the ceiling as this entire place, built on the power of the Demogorgon, Willy Wonka siphoning that power to keep this place aloft, it is beginning now to, in the absence of that power, collapse around you.
Oh!
Everybody run!
So in all of this hullabaloo, Heather, I'm going to give you an option. Nerdy Nugget, Trader Snack, and Shiitakio, they are your rivals at this point, but they're also caught up in all this. What do you think these three are going to do now that the place is falling down? Are they going to use this as an opportunity to sabotage their rivals, or are they going to also try and get out?
I feel like Trader Snack and Shiitakio, like the weasels they are just going to run and try to save their skins and not care, just like be gone. And I feel like Nerdy Nugget is a little bit on the dim side, that he thinks that this is all part of the show pizzazz and that it's actually scripted. And so he's going to stay there posing for his camera limelight and like show off his best to be picked still. Yeah. Because I think he doesn't think this is real.
Yeah. As the rest of you start booking it, you start getting your feet and you're about to begin sprinting towards the nearest exit when you see a large I-beam from the ceiling fall down right on top of Nerdy Nugget, and a spray of nerds pelts each of you in the faces as you see this horrific display. And time to run. Let's get out of this place. We're going to make this a challenge. So the way that this works,
we've never pressed the rules so much that I've had to learn all these new rules. This is exciting.
So in complicated circumstances with no opposition, you'll want to use a challenge, a series of overcome actions that tackle a bigger issue. Each of you is going to contribute an overcome action to try and make it out of this challenge, to make it out of the factory before it collapses on top of your heads and crushes you all, just like it did Nerdy Nugget. So, as you begin heading off trying to find the exit, let's go to little Debbie. How are you going to contribute to this?
I'd like to pull out a box of zebra cakes, and I want to conjure a bunch of zebras to ride us out of here.
Oh, all right.
So I just smush them and then pull them apart, and a zebra, a little zebra. It's a little guy. It's not like horse size. It's like pony size.
Tapping into the latent arcane energies of this place, let's have you use your cleverness to transform these cakes into some getaway steeds.
Okay, good. That is a 3 total. I might, just for safety, I might grab an invoke. I'm going to do sweet on the outside, plastic on the inside. They're tougher than they look. They're made of plastic, these zebras. So I will add a 2 to this and invoke that aspect.
All right, for a final result
of 5.
Very nice. So yes, you now have, how many zebra cakes come in a box of zebra cakes? I don't actually know off the top of my head.
6.
6? You have 6 little pony zebras now.
I guess I want to, for my turn, I want to add on to that. And I want to turn into, I spread out and stuff, and I want to make a makeshift dog sled with these zebras.
I love it.
To pull everybody out of there.
All right. Yeah, you can create like a harness system to go around the necks of the zebras to connect them all together using your various limbs. Let's have you go, let's say, careful to try and create the proper arrangement without accidentally, like, strangling any of the zebras.
Well, that's a +2, and I'm out of fate points, so that's all I can do.
Okay. It is a little bit rickety, but it's still going to be functional at least. Let's head over to Trader Snack and Shiitakio. Heather, what do you think these guys are going to try and do to contribute to the escape?
Well, I was actually wondering, would you actually allow me to play Minnie?
Minnie? Yes. What would you like to do for Minnie?
I mean, I can still answer your question of how they would help if you would like me to, but I would love to do an action for Minnie if I can.
Let's do both.
Okay. I think Shiitakio and Trader Snack, seeing as they're running that everybody else is trying to get out as well, I think each of them will throw an Oompa Loompa on their back and like hold one in each arm. So they're each like getting 3 Oompa Loompas out since their short little legs can't go as fast as a Shiitakio, I guess.
Mhm.
So they're picking up the ones that can't fit on the bobsled and trying to sprint with them. Minnie, though, still with Dewey on his back, is just like, Mother! Having this emotional trauma brings him to his next stage of his next form, and he grows like 4 sizes and wings pop out, and he starts flying, and the wind from his wings is pushing the sled as well, just helping push everyone else out. And he goes, for my mother, Minnie!
All right. I think let's have you make then a couple rolls for Minnie. Minnie being like a titanic primal beast, I think is probably pretty forceful. So let's give you a roll +3 forceful for Minnie.
Okay, that's a +3.
+3, all right. And then Trader Snack and Shiitakio, there sounds like they're going quick to try and just book it on out of there. We'll say they are assisting each other in this situation. They're probably neither of them a +3 on their own, but combined will give them a total of +3 as well for quick to try and get out of there. So go ahead and give them that roll.
Okay, on the dice, I got a -2, so that's just a 1.
Of course. So these rolls have been noted for behind-the-scenes purposes as you all hop onto this bobsled pulled by 6 plastic zebra ponies, pulling you through the debris, rushing as fast as they can. Mikey, the final of the campaign, executive meddling. There was some executive, some stakeholder who had a contingency plan for if everything just went completely awry, and I believe everything has in fact gone completely awry. What was the contingency plan that this meddling executive had in place?
There was an entire cavern chock full of dynamite.
Oh.
So that if things didn't go well, it could end in a bang. And it would be a spectacular, it'd end up on the news, they'd get the ratings, they'd get everything they wanted, and the insurance. It was a win-win for the producers. So there's a room full of dynamite that's gonna get sucked into or fall down into this pit and help finish sealing it, destroying it.
Love it.
Hopefully not us, but
Yeah, you've got your momentum as a group rushing off. The Demogorgon thrashing around in pain, the flame still erupting inside each of its throats, cracking open the earth itself, pulling up great boulders of ground, tossing them around, and cracking open the cave which contained all of the dynamite, and it comes flying out in a great spray of red cylinders, and a few of them landing into the mouths of the Demogorgon, coming into contact with the flame of Lady Cheddarscotch inside. Those explosions igniting further explosions, igniting further explosions, igniting further explosions, until a great wave of propulsive energy picks up the bobsled, picks up Trader Snack and Shiitakio as they're rushing alongside, and pushes you all out through a great plate glass window the flames erupting behind you in the greatest action movie escape shot of all time. And as you all land on the other side, you can see the studio audience gathered have been watching the entire thing projected on some large screens outside of the factory. And with the results of those rolls and the rolls that you made earlier in the campaign to curry favor with the audience, there is a moment of silence before they all start chanting, "Little Debbie, Little Debbie, Little Debbie."
Bow to me. I mean, thank you.
And Joe the announcer, limping with a crutch under his arm, comes walking up. "That's right, everyone. Little Debbie is, in fact, the winner of this challenge." Now, we're not entirely sure how the legal ramifications are going to work out with Little Debbie being owned by a different corporation from the one that owns Wonka Enterprises, but I'm sure we're going to figure it out somehow. Everybody, I'm going to go home and pass out for 3 weeks.
Don't worry, everyone. Your chocolate will remain the same, just new management. Just want the rights and the royalties.
There
Thank
you
you. Bye.
And in the aftermath of this, we're going to cut to like a 10 years later. Every so often you'll see like one of those posts where it's like, the people from the Goonies, where are they now? Et cetera, et cetera. Mm-hmm. So it's like, the contestants from the Chocolatchelor, where are they now? And we're going to start with Rizzy.
Well, 10 years later, I'm guessing I'm going to say we're at graduation for Dewey, because Dewey's graduating high school and going off to college. I'm still with my wife. We decided to stay together, at least till graduation. Yeah, so Lucy, I guess Dewey's all grown up.
That he is. All kinds of very important and very special papers going about today. I got here in one hand young Dewey's diploma, and here in the other hand, the divorce papers.
Well, I guess we're doing this then. Well, it's been a good run. We stuck through it, I guess. Can't blame yourselves for that. Sometimes things just aren't meant to be.
Ain't that the truth? And now that Dewey's going off to uni up in the UK, I think I'm going to move up that direction as well.
Wow, everything's just happening all so fast. I don't even know what to do. I guess I'll...
You saw this coming. Don't you try and pretend.
All right. Let's not start that again. And by the way, Ted, the tennis instructor, I'm sure he can't give you what I gave you. I gave you a nice home. He's got blades on the side everywhere. He's a scoundrel.
Well, that's why he's not coming to the UK with me. There's plenty of tennis instructors in the UK that I can choose from.
You know what? Fine. Just go on to Wimbledon or wherever you're going to go. I'm going to go and start my own business. How do you think of that?
Oh, and what kind of business is that going to be?
You know what? It's none of your business. That's what it is.
And with that, let's go over to, let's say Minnie. What has Minnie been up to in all these years since?
Well, Minnie actually has made an empire of candy. Mm-hmm. Minnie had gone back to the remains of the chocolate factory and picked up any essence that there was, any knowledge that he could glean, and he went on with Charlie to create these wonderful chocolate eggs that the world can't live without when Easter comes. And he even created a new one called the Cheddar Cadbury after his mother.
Aww.
And so the memory of Lady Cheddarscotch lives on with every cheddar-flavored egg with a little bit of actual scotch inside of it.
That's perfect.
And then finally to Little Debbie. What have you been up to?
So Little Debbie's still, of course, a little 4-year-old girl, unchanged at all. But she's surrounded by lawyers, and she is putting out many lawsuits. They're trying to buy all the rights to Wonka and all the candy bars and everything. The chocolate's terrible. Everything's terrible. But hopefully through litigation, she will find her eternal rest.
As long as the investors are happy, I guess.
As long as the investors are happy, business is good.
And so, with one happy ending, I suppose, for our 3 characters.
Well, I mean, it's a half happy ending, right? Because Lady Cheddarscotch died, but her son's doing well.
Yeah, her son's doing well. With no happy endings for any of the characters that we started this campaign with, but a decent ending for the children of these characters. I think that is where we're going to conclude our story in the world of the Chocolatchelor.
Isn't that how it is, though? The contestants on these reality shows, nothing good at the end, but they're kids. We never hear about them, so they probably have a good ending.
Yeah, because this was definitely a very accurate dating show campaign that we just did.
Absolutely.
Well, everybody, this is the part where I would usually do some witty banter, but it's now 2 a.m. where Mikey is, so we're going to let him get to sleep.
So good. So good. This was an amazing fever dream. I'm here for it.
Yes.
I don't know what just happened, but I had fun.
We'll find out in June.
Yeah, when you wake up tomorrow morning, if you ask me anything about this, I will assure you that it was, in fact, a dream that you were having.
Oh, no.
And then he'll be like, Mikey, we're supposed to record at 5 p.m. You didn't get work off?
Oh, no.
Well, everybody, thanks for listening to Improv Tabletop, and we'll be back next time with more adventures in a brand new setting. So if you want more, go and subscribe, maybe even give us a review. We would be as happy as a child who gets 2 Christmases instead of only 1 if you go ahead and give us a review on the podcatcher of your choice.
Yeah, the happy ending was Dewey's.
Yeah. He graduated high school. He gets to go to uni in the UK where he had his grand adventures. He's having a great time.
And he does get 2 Christmases now.
Now he does.
Yep.
We also have a bunch of social media accounts that we may or may not use, but if you want to reliably get in touch with us, we have improvtabletop@gmail.com. I'm always monitoring that email inbox, so that's a good way to get in touch there. Now it's time to shout out our next batch of Sticker Club patrons.
Oh, right.
And the people we're shouting out this week are Noah Dion, Paul Cosgrove, and Sammy Ryan.
All right.
Yes, the head litigators for Little Debbie, who are raking in just so much money. Holy cow. The amount of clout that you get when you are representing an eldritch being with this much power and this much fame, like, you guys, after you're done with this series of litigation, which it might be a while, it sounds like, but once you're done, you're set for life. Holy cow. We will have more Sticker Club patrons to shout out next week, and if you, dear listener, want to join their ranks, consider joining our Patreon at patreon.com/improvtabletop, where you can also get things like Discord access, biannual sticker packs, and more, such as our current ongoing patron-exclusive campaign, Serpent Sea Sagas.
It's a grand old time.
A grand old time in a grand old classic D&D sort of feeling style, but playing Dungeon World, which is all about the story, much more so than the numbers. Still one of my favorite RPGs that I have ever played, and one that I would recommend you all try out for yourselves.
The way it handles inventory is brilliant. That was like my favorite version of the mechanics, and we didn't get too far in my first arc, but the inventory is just brilliant.
Yeah, having supplies as just like a generic, you define what it is when you actually need to use it.
Yeah.
Instead of just being all like, well, I better hang on to all these brooms for the broom dungeon later down the road. But yeah, very fun game. Would definitely recommend checking that out. And now let's do a round of plugs. Heather, would you take that this time around?
Absolutely. We would like to plug the dice creators who are super awesome, named...
And we definitely all remember their name. The name of this company is Fanroll Dice.
Fanroll Dice, that's right. We love them. I just think of them as the dice people.
They are the dice people.
Vroom vroom something for 10%.
Vroom vroom Fifi.
Vroom vroom Fifi.
It's time for a re-listen on 10,000 Things. That's a good campaign.
And I would like to plug one of my favorites and oldies. If you're just coming in and listening to Improv Tabletop and this is the one you hear, I want to shout out back to my favorite one I ever did, which is Halloween PD. Go give it a listen.
Ooh.
And we have a sister podcast, I Cast Fireball. Go check them out. They're pretty awesome. Ned plays a player in that. First season, super awesome. They're on second season, also awesome. And who knows? A third season will come out. Go give it a listen.
Ooh.
And the last thing I want to plug is going the right way in a roundabout. I think that's very important. And I think people forget that because they're in a rush. And in the city I live, people just care about time. And, will go head on to me because they want to save one outing and turn left instead of right so they don't have to go all the way around the roundabout. So
Because Utah drivers are definitely the best.
oh my goodness.
What?
Go all the way, go right in a roundabout and just go all the way around. It'll save you time.
And that's like the funnest part of my day.
I know.
It's a blast.
Why would you shortchange a roundabout?
That's crazy.
Well, this PSA brought to you by the Tourism Board of Utah. Everybody, thanks so much for joining us here in the world of the Chocolatchelor. I'm Ned Wilcock, your host and GM, and I've been joined by
Heather. Had so much fun and I died.
Jay Porter, and you listeners decide what business you think Rizzy would be good at.
And Michael Sear, litigation is the path to happiness.
Much love and stuff, everybody. We'll catch you next time on Improv Tabletop.
I just realized when you did that, you said Oompa Loompa. And I'm like, oh my gosh, Hugh.
Yes.
Now I get it.
Now we get it. The pieces are all coming together here in the final episode, which is where we want them all to come together.